a brand beef carpaccio with bone marrow. We have a little bit of Osetra caviar, breakfast radish, watermelon radish, and then we finish it a little bit with a smoked egg yolk puree. So it's a very summery, but still has a little kick to it with the bone marrow. It gives it a little richness. And then of course a nice beautiful caviar rounds everything up in fine dining. We have the carpaccio pre-sliced over here. So what I do, I take a parchment paper, I slice it really thin on the slicer, build it on the parchment paper, another one on top, and then we're going to cut it perfectly square. So you can see over here, this is prepared for service. That's how we do it in service as well. So we're going to take one layer off, carefully. What we did, we basically seared the beef really quick on the outside, put a little spice rub on there, like black pepper, coriander, and a little bit of long pepper. And then we rolled it tightly, froze it, and then you slice it thin. So what you have here is a beautiful brand beef. You see the marbling in there, which is great. Especially with brand beef, you have a beautiful marbling in there. That's what I'm looking for when I have a carpaccio dish on the menu like this. Okay, we have a little bit of watermelon radish, which is slightly pickled. Shine it up with a little olive oil. Put this on the side. Then we're gonna place the carpaccio on the plate, which is a little bit tricky. So you want to basically have a square plate here, and I just need to make sure the edges on the side are perfect as well, so it makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is turn it over, go over the plate, look at it, and slowly place it on there. Push it down so the bottom sticks to the plate. And then we're gonna remove the top part. So it is perfectly on the plate. Tastes better when it's a little bit warm temperature. In the meantime, we're gonna cook off our, I call it pamperdou of bone marrow. Basically what it is bone marrow inside. We have brioche, breadcrumbs. We're gonna mix that together with a little bit of egg yolk in there. And then we place it on a sheet tray, steam it in the oven, take it out, let it cool down, and then we're gonna cut it out. So basically you have a bone marrow flavor, but there's a little bit more texture with the bread into the dish. There's a little bit of olive oil in there. I wanna crisp it up on the outside. Don't use any garlic, don't use any thyme with it, you just wanna have the flavor of the bone marrow itself. There's lots going on the plate anyway, so. In the meantime, I'm gonna go back to the carpaccio. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil on top. I have regular olive oil, and then I have a little bit of smoked olive oil as well, which is combined with a tiny bit of sherry vinegar. Put this on the plate to give it a little bit more acid. This is basically egg yolk puree. We're gonna cook the egg yolk for 7 minutes. The egg yolk is still soft, then we're gonna smoke it for about 5 minutes, let it cool down, put it in the Vita Prep so it gets nice and beautiful silky. It has a nice, rich, smoky flavor. A little bit of the mash salad, a couple of breakfast radishes, the watermelon radish pickled for the acid, and then a special item to give the whole dish a little bit more fun factor. We have pickled quail eggs. They're not usually pickled in a regular pickling liquid. We use a little bit of coffee, espresso, to give it a little bit more color. And then at the end of the dish, basically you have all the flavor of the carpaccio, caviar, the acid, then you get a little hint of coffee, which is, I think, brilliant with the beef. So this is the liquid. We keep it in there for 2 days maximum. If it's longer than that than 2 days, it gets too much flavor, it gets too overpowering. So we have here the pamperdou of bone marrow. You see it's nice and golden on the outside, has a little crunch on the outside, nice and soft in the middle. A couple of crispy shallot rings on the egg. And then we're gonna top it with the caviar. Finish it with the smoked olive oil and a tiny bit of fleur de sel. With a brand beef carpaccio with pampardou of bone marrow, a little bit of our Ozetra caviar and watermelon radish.